We have a first-time fundraiser coming up, and here to tell us more about it, Ronda Candy from Martha's Table. So good to see you again.
Hi, Donna, and you too.
So this is the first time that you've done this. It sounds interesting. Tell me about it.
It's going to be awesome. It is our first spring fundraiser, several years in the planning, and it's June 16th, and it's at Kingston Grand Theater, and we are going to have charcuterie and live music from the Kim Pollard Band, and every person that attends will go home with their own personal charcuterie board to keep.
Tell us what charcuterie is.
Nibbly food. So if you have, there's a lot of cured meats like salamis and hams and pickles and cheeses, just something that you'd like to enjoy, maybe with a beverage.
Glass of wine, maybe.
Maybe.
maybe. So is this considered a meal? You probably could make a meal out of this.
Yeah, this is intended to be an after your meal, pre-show, but it could be certainly a meal. But it is part of the pre-show enjoyment where you'll be mingling with friends and meeting new people. There'll be silent auctions. Once we go into the theater, we're going to have some live auctions, so it'll be very exciting. Yeah, so it's going to be a really nice night. And the Kim Pollard Band, if you haven't seen her and the band perform, they are phenomenal. They're really great.
She does a rendition of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah that, I well up every time I hear it. She is really great.
I've asked her to sing it. I hated to make a request, but I said, if you're inclined.
Yeah, it's one of the best, yeah. So let's get back to this board thing.
Right.
So you get to take the board, so you get to eat the nibblies and all that, and then you get to take the board home with you. So tell me what this board looks like.
It is a lovely handmade live edge piece of hardwood, and it's been treated and sanded, and we've actually burned our logo into the bottom corner of it. And they're quite substantial. They're varying sizes, but this is something that you would have for years and years to come. They're handmade by 4 gentlemen, and I mean, they've made over 500 of them, so hours of love and labor went into these boards. So we hope to have people take that home and remember Martha's Table and the enjoyment that they had at that night and how they helped. You know, really we're working to reduce food security or increase food security. So,
for sure. Yeah. And then the board could, after the point, be used for, if you have company over and you want to, instead of on a plate, use this instead. And,
exactly.
You know, so.
And it could be used for anything. It doesn't have to be charcuterie. It could be cakes, cookies, could be a variety of things. Sandwiches could go on this.
Right.
Yeah.
Crackers and cheese, like all kinds of stuff. Well, that brings me to something else. Vegan. You got an option?
Yes, we will have vegetarian options. Yeah, so we're not going to have any nut product. It'll be nut-free. And we're going to look at reducing, we're not sure about the gluten, but I know there's a lot of challenges with charcuterie and gluten, so that's something that we're working on.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
So tickets are how much?
Tickets are a total of $75, and you will get those through the Grand Theater. So you can call the theater, you can go to the box office, you can go online at their website, or you can visit Martha's Table website, and I've got a link there to the theater. So
it starts early evening?
It does. Starts at 7 o'clock, and by 8:30 the band will start, and we'll play for an hour, and we should all be home by 10 o'clock.
Oh, so it's a really nice evening. I've already got my ticket.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I have. I already got my ticket, so I'll be there for sure.
I think it's going to be a memorable evening, something that will help us with our expansion, but also help spread the word in the community that, unfortunately, this help is still needed.
Tell me about that. What's happening when it comes to that? Things aren't getting any better, are they?
They are not. They're not getting better. So we needed to expand our facility to allow people to come back inside for a much needed social, an opportunity for people to sit with people and dine. And since the pandemic, we've only offered takeout and delivered service. So indoor service is really vital, and we'll be returning to breakfast and lunch initially, which we hope will happen by July. And hopefully in the next 6 months, we'll add the final meal dinner to that. So it's something that we're really looking forward to, but unfortunately it is still needed. Numbers have increased about 235% since the beginning of the pandemic in March of 2020.
235% more.
Right. So we know when we add these extra meals that we're going to see another major increase. So this event is so vital to help us fund this expansion. And you know, these people say, well, if you're challenged, why would you expand? The need is there and you can't ignore it. So we're working hard to meet it.
So thing that I always liked is the dignity that goes with it's not a soup kitchen. It isn't a matter of lining up with a tray like you see in movies and so on. These people are served their dinner, they're treated with dignity, and it can happen to any of us, end up in that kind of circumstance, and I think a lot of us forget that, that it's can happen to anybody.
And we're seeing more of that. We always saw the unexpected, people that weren't prepared, weren't sure what to do next, but it is increasing dramatically. Unfortunately, a lot of senior citizens are visiting, students and people that are employed. Just the increases are dramatic.
And young families.
Young families.
Something I never used to see there, and now I'm seeing that, and this is what they count on to feed their kids, is Martha's Table. So it's and you've got there'll be an auction, and it sounds like a wonderful evening. And what's the goal? What's the fundraising goal in all this?
Financially, we would hope to raise $20,000 with our first year out. There's been a lot of great sponsors. I won't name them because I'll miss some, but I will be thanking them publicly in multiple areas. But thank you to people that are donating charcuterie items, silent auction items. Wait till you see them. There's some really, we're keeping it a small, but a great package and a great options for people. So it's going to be great.
So get to Martha's Table or the Grand, or and it's $75, and that's all in. That's all the taxes and the handling charges and everything that go along with it. So
that's right.
It's I'm looking forward to it. I as I say, I've already got my ticket, and I've got a couple of friends coming with me. So it's going to be just a really nice evening. I hope it's a wonderful success for you guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in again. Nice seeing you.
You too.